I can do it, John. Fine stuff, John. I'll try that. Yeah, I got that version.
Let me just see if the audio is working. This one.
No, so that was not on until we do the election.
Is this a mic?
Jasper, turn off the microphone for a second. Just turn it off for a sec. Hold that button down. Stop. Just see if it cuts it. Can't turn it off. Oh, that's just that going on. Well, it's coming through the camera straight. That's not. Turn it back on. Technically it should be this. Yeah. Maybe it's too both. Maybe it's too both.
Maybe if you bring it over, then we can test it. I get it.
Nearly. Sorry. Okay, just start again. That's what I don't know why it's not working. Oh.
How long is that doing?
Okay, we'll just get started, Jasper.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys. Welcome to our JCR Meeting 2.1. If you don't know who I am yet, I'm your JCR Show this year, Jasper, and I'll be hosting JCR Meeting today. The agenda should be flowing around in physical form and also on the JCR officer chat. If you haven't looked at it yet, take your time. And we should start with the approval of minutes from last meeting 1.4, which is also available in JCR officer group. Can we pass it on the general eye?
Aye.
Okay, shall we move on to reports now?
Yes, please.
First report is from our President Dan.
Hi everyone. So yeah, you can read the full length report that I've given in the agendas on your desks. but I'll try and keep this as quick as possible because we've got a long meeting. After the term ended in December, I spent the weeks leading up to Christmas catching up on the work that had been put on hold due to busy demands of the term. So that's things like Mittens Ball. After coming back in January early, I've tried to get ahead of some of the bigger stuff that's going on for the rest of the year. The beginning of term is always busy, so it's lots of kind of admin work and talking to a lot of the officers. I met up with each member of the executive committee, just to have a check-in at the start of the term. We've done a lot of committee meetings, college management on the college side of things, bar management as well, communities committee, PGM, common welfare campaigns, outreach, social commons, national executive committee, and much more as well. We've had a lot of discussions with college on things like how we're going to run personal visit days this term, also formal pricing, which you should keep an eye out, which we'll post about in the JCR account soon, and also our response to the change in opening hours at the Bill Bryson Library, and we've also been looking at intake numbers for the next academic year as well. I attended all the Christmas formals and helped with 12 days of outreach as much as I possibly could. At the beginning of term, I met with social committee to get a solid action plan together for the feast. We assessed the viability of bringing back the marquee, as seen the 2022 year. However, it was going to be like £3,000 plus. So we decided we weren't going to make the tickets £70 just to have a marquee. We've got other exciting things instead. I did my Instagram takeover to advertise the role of president, which is up for election today, and also give a bit more understanding to everyone on what the day-to-day kind of aspects of the role that I do kind of looks like as well. Helped GovCon in preparation for these elections, with temporary members stepping in for this meeting. Thank you all so much, those that are temporary and those that are permanent as well. Thank you very much. I visited the venue for Summer Ball in mid-January as well, and we looked at the contract that we were giving because it was actually really shit. But we negotiated prices down. We got security from £1,400 to £400, which was a little bit silly of them. Thank you guys. Yeah, we also had President's Committee as well. Obviously, as President's Committee Chair, I chair them every single week. But we've discussed a lot of stuff. We've been discussing common room code of conduct for sports socials, and also our approach to the library opening times, and also kind of campaigns around standing with staff during the cuts that are happening in mid-February as well. At Press Forum, I raised concerns about college and common room representation, with the departure of the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Colleges and wider student experience and the cuts in staffing. I also sat on the hiring panel for the next principal of Collingwood College. And then we also, I wrote and published the open letter to the University Executive Committee regarding the solution of using college libraries, as they suggested, that they suggested alongside the opening hours of the Billy B restricting. Obviously, I hope you guys have seen that. It's over on Press. A lot of the other colleges have also shared it around. There's also a link for feedback going around as well. We've had over 700 responses on it already, so please do have your say on things. I really want to get consultation with the University Executive Committee soon, so we can have our say on what actually happens with the opening hours of the Billy B, because at the moment they didn't consult anyone and it was shit. Last couple of things, I sorted out the ticket sales for the fashion show along with the fashion show exec, and the wine sales, also the after party. Make sure you're getting after party tickets now. If you've got tickets for the show, that does not include the after party, so make sure you're getting them today. We've got some left. And then we also sold out dinner tickets for the Feast of St Cuthbert, which was huge. And also, Ents tickets going on sale, have gone on sale today as well. So if you haven't got your Ents tickets yet, make sure you're getting them. They're selling out really fast. We're nearly hitting 100 ticket sales already. So make sure that you guys are getting your tickets, and then we'll have the rest of the reports as well. That's it. That's me done. So the Vice President report, Caleb, is not here today, so I said that I'd read this one. Caleb invited the SU Activism Officer to Communities Committee as we assessed what our relationship is with the SU. We have written a response to the College UBI Committee, as we believe they're currently ineffective. We'll be assessing the objectives of said committee and creating new ones where needed. Advertised his role with the creative oversight of, is that Rory? RF. And then also got ill and is sadly not here, neither minuting nor in person. So hopefully Caleb gets well soon if you're watching online. And that's Caleb's report as well.
Next we'll have Saf, the treasurer.
Hi everyone. So this term I've had a meeting with Finance Committee to approve the budget for Feast. I've had a meeting with the Book Club to discuss the budget for Haley. I I've released the second round of participation fund applications. They just gone out now. Fees preparations are underway. I helped the team a tiny bit with the summer ball venue and stuff. I moved the president's payroll over to an external company, so I'm no longer doing it. And I've sorted out the fashion show ticketing as well.
Next up, we'll have the Sydney Welfare Officer, Louise.
Hi everyone, so I've been quite busy already this term. I've continued the usual drop-ins, but the sexual health supplies keep falling off the door, so I'm trying to be a handy man and fix that. It's not quite working, but I'll figure it out. I've attended the first welfare campaigns meeting of 2025. We discussed plans for Shag Week, and Hannah has amazingly planned a paint and sip of DUASA to raise money for RSAC, which is a brilliant cause. I attended many more meetings, for example with Annie, the AP, to thank her and say goodbye and welcome back Lydia. A meeting with all the JCR senior welfare officers to discuss the ongoing campaigns across the university. Had a one-to-one meeting with Dan and attended an exec meeting. I signed some members of ComsCom up to nightline training so that they can finally hold drop-ins. Organised welfare at fashion show, which means that myself and Nomi will be at the fashion show to help you out if you're attending. I'm currently in talks with other colleges to secure welfare cover for fees. It's looking more promising than Michaelmas, but I can't promise it. And one more thing, you probably saw that I advertised my role via an Instagram takeover and my interview that was weirdly cut by Rory Forbes. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have the social chair, Victoria.
So just to reiterate, basically being said, these dinners are sold out, which is a really big accomplishment. And then Edinburgh as well, then ourselves who've got yours, I get it. A lot of exciting things in store this year. Equally, if you have been to these before or want to know more about it, feel free to drop the Custom Instagram page a DM and respond. Equally, if you've got any ideas about it, this meal feast, which is kind of like old stuff. And that's it. And then some is going to be on June 10th, save the date. It's tough day, you should be going to make the date soon. That's kind of it.
Next up, we'll have the PGN President, Sarah.
Wait, can I just have a point of information? Summer Ball is on June 9, not 10.
Hello. It's still me. It's going to be me for the rest of the year. PGM comes rose since we last term, so we now have more of the roles filled, and so far we've got loads of things planned for this term. We've already held our social event and a research forum in which myself and Florence spoke, and it went really well. This week we're also bringing back PG or not PG, so this is aimed at people who are thinking about either taking on a master's, a CGC or a PhD. Often universities are trying to convince you to take on a degree because they money. So the aim of this campaign is to kind of give you all the aspects of that. So if you'd like to contact us on Thursday at 6:15 in JCR. The big bit of my role this term is going to be to do the international mystery formal, and planning is underway. It's all looking exciting, even if Mary's left the day for us, but it's fine, we're going to beat them. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have this society librarian, James.
So I attended the Intercollegiate College Librarian meeting at the end of last term, I set up the library, it's been open since the start of term, so thank you very much for my amazing volunteers, kept up with stock, etc, and we should have a working computer now. Apparently it was fixed Friday, but I've not gone in, so hopefully. Had a meeting with Jill Forbes from the BB and advocate for students about the changing to the opening hours. She was very much on our side because she didn't get told either, so it shows how the level of the exec right now. Not us, the uni exec.
Wow.
Throwing shade. And then I organised the next Intercollegiate College Librarian meeting, which is the end of March, and Huss is hosting, so... Woo.
Yeah. Next up, we'll have the Sports and Societies Chair, Oscar.
The handling of college sport to address the clashes that a lot of our sports have been facing with their time slots. I work with the sports society reporter as well as Ferdy the November, obviously doing a great job at publicising the flooding matches, getting well up for that. Entered the second term sports into their respective leagues, organised second term training slots, including giving our football club a more favourable time slot and eyeing out the clashes that we had. Helped organise the marshals of Floodlit, improved and inform the captains and pushing results into the college system. Try to devise any tennis court bookings for the summer, just waiting periods in the college, and arrange a tennis court clean-up with the tennis club. Spoken to the President of Society and JCR Chair about amending the sports and society standing order and have been chasing the payments and stuff.
Up next, I will have the tag manager.
Hasn't been very busy. Attended the first exec meeting, and then had a meeting with the president just about what we're doing for the feast. That's about it, really. So busy.
Next up, we will have the publicity officer. I'll be doing it today. So we have managed to pass a motion to create the publicity committee. To organise and advertise the slash drop, work with the hat flaps, advertise applications for operative wrapping, continue to make cuts news every week. Reasons and motions to change the role of publicity officer, and begin to bring some plans for potential cuts newspaper and written the lyrics of some absolute tunes for Cuts Pencil 2024. Next up, we will have JCR Chair, which I will also be doing today as well. So Louise have Plan Committee standing orders with Dan and wrote an action log for Christmas, and I've done the action logs, then check it with GovCom, and created a how to write a motion document for people who would like to submit motions to the JCR meeting. She updated the handbook, held a GovCom meeting on the first day of term, and been doing cuts along with Rory. Next up, we'll have the CSU rep, Luke.
Luke here. Okay. Just jump through that one out.
Who's not here right now, so I'll be doing his part as well. So he had attended SU Assembly, where he had training, discussed current SU policies, and plan on having some meetings within JCR and the SU this term. Next up, we'll have the outreach chair, Lee.
At the end of last term, me and my committee ran a club-based outreach and we raised over £1,000 for the Bank. It's written in the process of all getting sorted now. I attended a uni-wide outreach meeting, so setting plans for the upcoming term, as well as clarifying safe voluntary Durham. It has outreach coming for the term, where we're setting targets coming term, and it also talked with a couple of societies to try and broaden cost charitable focus.
Next up, we'll have the Development Officer, Rosie.
Not here. She's not here.
Not here, so I'll be doing her report as well. So she has meeting with college, been in contact with trustee about career mentoring scheme. She's in the process of organizing CUT's Career and Opportunities Fair 2025. And she has been in contact with the trustees about how JCR can boost alumni connections. Next up, we have the POC rep, Cassian.
Yeah.
I organised the first intercollegiate basketball of the year with Chads and Marriages, which was tomorrow. I went to a meeting. I drafted a document on a equity advancement fund and ran a poll on the kind of events that we do policy
Next up, we'll have the working class representative.
Hi. Maintain contact with other college grads, highlight information on grants and funds the other colleges offer, or to discuss it with the EDI committee of the college to see what we can do about that. My lovely assistant Shannon has been working on those posts. We're just finalizing that, so that's going to be awesome when that comes out eventually. Yeah, thank you.
Next up, we'll have the LGBTQ plus representative.
Hi, I feel like it's going to take me longer to get up here than to actually say it, but we kicked off our CUT's LGBTQ Spotlight on the Instagram, so you can all look forward to many more from us and maybe other future members of the JCR. We also had a Hill Bar Crawl, which was a roaring success, and planned some exciting events for the rest of term.
Next up, we'll have the student with disability representative, Charlie.
I am way too short. What did I do? So again, contact with us to create my accessibility dot. Waiting on getting accessibility implemented, make the document of cuts. Attended the committees I'm on. Got horrendously drunk at the LGBTQ plus soccer bar. That was amazing. Trying to arrange a social but a bit horrendously ill. Sent many emails to Halsey about possibly being interviewed. Actually attended something from my degree, but spent precious library time on the SNES soccer group chat coming out most of this.
Next up, we will have the international rep, Harry.
We've got the new event, around 20 people show up, so it's got fabulous turnout compared to our scale round Dublin. You were there, Kat. We submitted the nomination for Global College Award for Durham Global Award 2025. And for rest of the term, international formal, 5th of March. Remember to buy our tickets. We're going to have international movie night in our place, Spirited Away, 2 more potential events. Hopefully we can make things work. More festival campaign posts. I'm going to make one myself. And do more pair-ups with Rosie that people haven't showed up to the pairing in this term, so we're going to sort that out this term.
Next up, we have the local and northern student representative.
My rewrite course from local northern students campus finally on Sunground. In the comment we had last week, we were talking with Sophie from SU. She might have some good possible campaign ideas with times of these. So sometimes we should have something like that. I'm going to handle that to Frank because for some reason her section might not need it.
I am for some reason, sorry.
This is my first report. Sarah, actually, Sarah, we did more than we made support posts over the break, and held a social to welcome the new year with society. I just did a lot of work with Sarah and Zoe, and some new ideas, like Spotlight, and movie night coming up, and also the Pride Forum. Talk to the SEO, also the virtual opportunities we have to rise around JCRs. And currently the Trans Association and JCR Trans Reps.
Next up, we'll have the student trustee, Rich James again.
Should have done the second as well.
Can't get me.
So we kept in contact with the trustees on the holidays. We've been prepping for a new speech bill if it comes to preface. If it happens. We're also looking at hiring a possible full-time staff member to increase local donations, which will be an interesting one for the next few months. We also should be welcoming some new external trustees too, and we'll be getting a chair at the next meeting, which is on the February the 15th, so it'll be a nice Valentine's Day atmosphere in the board meeting. And then where we just discussing various bits and bobs. Do you want to do Will's as well?
Yeah, go on.
He's not here. He's been helping students make decisions on years out or placement years. He's also been continuing to support students abroad with queries, concerns and questions, signposting students to official resources, and apparently somehow still enjoying his job. That's good.
Before moving to motions, we will first have correspondence from Matilda.
Hello. I only do 2 reports a year, but I've actually been quite busy recently. I don't know. Sorry. Basically, this term we have post-offer visit days coming up. Thank you for everyone who's applied for the ones we've got coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm meeting with Dan at the beginning of next week, and then we'll be getting back to you Monday or Tuesday, fingers crossed. And then we've got 2 more post-offer visit days this term. Sort of. One's on the 24th of March, which is just at the start of the holidays, and the other's on the 26th. We're kind of trying to bring back big post-offer visit days again, so we'll be doing like a few days of prep, some bonding, hopefully a social. Email me with any questions, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll move on to motions. And the first motion is motion for the creation of Campus Journalism Society.
Lovely. So, this is not a motion made by myself, but the person who submits this motion cannot deliver the motion in the meeting. So yes, as you can see, this motion does create a journalism society. As we said in the previous meeting, with the creation of publicity committee, we'd really kind of like a similar structure to what the marginalised group rep societies have, where we'd have a member of the committee who would be president of the society. The society in question would be the Culture Journalism Society. We really want to get some kind of more formal kind of news outlets and get some different mixed medias for in GCSE art. But yeah, as it says here, we currently do not have a journalism society. Lots of marginalised group reps and their corresponding societies have a representative that is the president. The society would offer students in colleges who are interested in journalism an opportunity to meet and socialise, creating a strong and supportive community. They'll support the JCR journalist, which is a role that's going up for the election in this meeting, in publishing a physical newspaper. And the society rather than the committee, rather than the committee, will facilitate greater engagement through the more informal nature of the society. That's everything that we can have a look through here. It's just the creation of a society, nothing more than that.
Is there any questions to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? And is there any amendments to the motion? Can we pass the motion on a general aye?
Aye.
The second motion is the motion of the removal of webmaster. Sadly, the person who wrote the motion couldn't deliver it today, so I'll be doing it today. So the position of webmaster haven't been filled for a couple of years, and the role, which is to oversee the St. Cups JCR website, including ensuring the security and whatever its design, have been and help relevant JCR officers to upload relevant documentation. JCR believes that the position of webmaster should be removed from the standing orders because some of the responsibilities of webmaster have already been fulfilled unofficially by the members of the JCR execs. So in this motion, we just remove webmaster from our standing order and merge some of his responsibility into the publicity officer. Is there any questions to the motion? Is there amendments to the motion? Is there an opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye. Lovely. Right, this is my motion, so I will do this one.
Next we'll have the campaigning rules motion by Dan.
So this motion, we're going to do the Event Accessibility Fund motion first. So basically, this is something that me and staff are formalising in the rules of this year. If you didn't know, the Durham branch, which is the meeting system that we use currently to allow students of our JCR that happen to be on the Durham branch system, has changed and it has extended its remit to household income of up to £62,342. With that, there is created new tiers in the way that we kind of calculate things. What this motion does is it creates new tiers to capture that kind of financial threshold, and also delegates how much money how much discounts will go to those tiers. If you're curious about the tiers, you can always see them over on Club's events as well, and on the standing orders as well. But yeah, it basically adds tiers 5 and 6 and gives them a 5% discount on our events. That is what it says.
Is there any questions to the motion? Is there any amendments to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye? Aye. The next motion is the campaigning rules motion.
Again, sorry. So yeah, basically, this motion is kind of more reactive motion to this meeting today, but it also kind of has a bit more of a life for us this meeting too. So, campaign rules are in place to obviously ensure as much fairness in our elections as possible, and we also try to basically contain these campaigning, the campaigning methods that we do allow in spaces that GovCom and people who have oversight over the kind of the governance and the election things can actually regulate. With this election period running over the St Cuthbert Society charity fashion show, it was my belief that limiting campaigning outside of these events, limiting campaigning at these events, and for those other external fundraisers or off-campus fundraisers is fair and shows fairness for all those in election, because it doesn't basically require you to attend a event to campaign and have the same level of fairness as someone who can a room with loads of people. It also stops you being annoying and campaigning at an event. But yeah, basically, what it does is it defines forbidden campaigning method as any off-campus fundraising event for St Cuthbert Society JCR. So that includes anything that we kind of count as a fundraiser, which would be Mittens Ball, Summer Ball, fashion show, and Boat Club Ceilidh, plus any other event that counts as a fundraiser as well. And also limits your campaign at the Feast of St Cuthbert and Cuth's Day, obviously, because we have to, it's just how you define it and VAT and insurance and things like that. It's really boring. It's technicalities at the end of the day. The other amendment that this motion brings is it, I think this is the one, yeah, it also kind of cleans up some contradicting budgeting things that we have in our standing orders currently. So it removes a budget from presidential Method 1 candidates and Method 1 candidates, as we were supposed to get rid of when we did our freedom of speech kind of ramifications at the end of last year, but somehow it's still there. So yeah, it just kind of tidies it all up and limits where you can campaign to events that are not off-campus fundraisers, and also Feast of St Cuthbert and Cuth's Day. Any questions? Sorry.
I have two questions. First question is, with the Freedom of Speech Act, if it's imposed on, so you can do whatever you want on college property, does that mean we just have to remove it for like Cuth's Day, Feast, but you could still have it for fashion show when it's held in Bohemia? Yeah, you would be able to. So what Louise is talking about here is the new version of the Freedom of Speech Bill that's coming through at the moment. The Freedom of Speech Bill, for anyone that wasn't here last year, was from the office of, what's it called? OFS, something, whatever it stands for. Basically, it policed SUs on their freedom of speech levels, and also required that elections and everything that we do in terms of governance would be at a certain level of freedom of speech. The SU, Durham SU, is a good example of somewhere that has not been regulated, but has implemented the freedom of speech kind of campaigning rules already. What has happened in the new iteration, which has just been announced a couple of weeks ago, is they are not applicable to students' unions. We as an independent JCR are defined as a relative students' union. So that means that in some circumstances we are students' unions, in some we aren't. This is one where we are. So we will not be regulated by the OFS on this, and will not have to amend our kind of standing orders, our campaigning rules to be kind of compliant with the OFS. The only issue is that college, the St Cuthbert Society, I hate to say it, college, would still be, because they come under a different definition as being part of Durham University, and therefore are regulated. It also means that the DSO colleges, so those that are not independent from the university, will also be regulated. So this will mean that on kind of events where we have things on college property, we may have to change our rules, and we'll kind of as GovCom look at that separately. But yeah, the short answer, long explanation for kind of context-wise, is that yes, we will have to change our election rules according to whether we're on college property or not. This will just change this. This is just for now until that is regulated, and we have to become compliant with the case as well. That's something that the trustees will also deal with. Second question. What's your opinions on restricting campaigning in the JCR and TPA?
Just generally. Just my ops.
Yeah.
I think it's sensible. I I think it is also a sensible move to make if you were to make an amendment to this motion. You can absolutely pass that. The TPA is one, obviously, that probably would be more applicable for people that are doing things like rehearsals within sports and societies, especially things like fashion show I can think of right now. You don't necessarily want people campaigning in there if it's annoying for people. But it's all about whether you think that is a reasonable space to limit campaigning, or if people are going in there who want to kind of be brought more information around what's running in that election and what's not. My hopes. No.
Did you say the Rowan Case is part of this?
Yes, it is.
How does that really slot in? Because isn't it not really a fundraiser, it's just like a big sort of...
So for insurance and VAT purposes, the boat could clearly is again a fundraiser for St Cuthbert Society JCR. If you see on any of our posts, we have to put it's a fundraiser for St Cuthbert Society JCR because it's genuinely just a case of that's how you have vatable income and non-vatable income and things like thresholds. It's really complicated. But for insurance purposes, the Kaylee and any other event that goes for insurance and applies for it does count, as I said, an off-campus fundraising event. So it's raising funds for the boat club as the charity in theory, if they make any profit from it. No, I don't know about what the numbers look like on that. Zach?
Yes,
it's going to make a profit. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Is there any amendments to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye. Thank you very much.
Next up, we'll have the moving some of the extract rows. Actions into 2.3 motion.
Hi guys. Sorry. So yeah, really simple. What you have on this time. Basically, there are currently 9 exec elections in the next JCR meeting. We all have lives. We all want to go to sleep. Myself and the chair had a conversation a while back, maybe even at the end of last term, about restructuring which exec elections are in which meeting, because they are split over 2.2 and 2.3. You have to also keep in mind that the SRO and the 3 welfare officers, for quite big roles, are also running in that meeting, in 2.3, the meeting after that as well. So what we've done is we've tried to split this as evenly as possible, inclusive of the SRO and 3 welfare officers elections. So rather than splitting the exec in half, we split it so that the elections in the meeting will be as close to being in half as possible. I think we're 1 over on the next meeting than we were to be on 2.3, if this motion were to pass. So yeah, what this does, it basically just tries to make us have a little bit more time in our lives. It's always nice. And also makes the distribution of elections in JCR meetings a bit more equal. Yeah, so I'll just change the meetings and make them a bit more accessible, in my opinion. Any questions? Throw them my way. Don't let Jessica take it.
Is there amendments to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye.
So I believe that's that's all the motions for today. So we'll move into a break now for until 8. That's it.
Yeah, give them that.
Yeah, until 8:30, and we'll come back with some raffles and elections.
Well done, Jasper.